What's good, superstars? Back with another VV video. You got Superstar Joe. You got Superstar Rob in the building. How's it going, Rob?
Pretty good. You?
Not bad. Not bad, man. Man, shaking off the rust. I mean, I'm still not used to punching on my side too much, but getting back in it. If you guys are new here, do not forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so you know whenever we post a VV video. It's not been VV every single day lately. It's been most days VV though. But yeah, definitely have the bell notification on. You'll know in our title, we always have the word VV when we're doing a VV video. Also, you can become a superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. Hit the join button underneath the video. Access to drop spreadsheets, price prediction spreadsheets. We have a star next to your name. Star in the universe. Shout out to Superstar Turtle. He got back to me, just coming up with a name for his star, and then he's going to let me know, and we will get it ordered for him.
What do you mean? He doesn't want turtle?
No, I think he's trying to get it for his daughter or something like that. So,
okay.
Really, really cool to see that the families are getting involved in those giveaways, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to post my buys and sells today, and like the VV, I've been screen capturing my CSV, and it just like crashes every single time. I don't understand what's going on, but anyways, when I can get that back, that will be up for you guys.
Okay.
Also, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are our handles. We have a Discord link in the description. Join that. I'm telling you, if there's one thing you want to do from this video intro, it is join the Discord. It is the best place to talk VV and all of the other platforms that we are on. And also, thank you so much to the VIP who continue to support us. You guys are amazing. You guys do not stop. You guys are all ranking up. Like a lot of you are in the 4th tier already. We cannot believe it. Like me and Rob were complete shock every time that we see this.
We need to get all those VIPs eventually a star in the superstar constellation. Eventually. Yeah. But I find it's amazing though. 1 out of 99, you have multiple winners winning multiple times.
Yeah, and my granddaddy Crypto, he won twice, so he's in the lead there. Whoever wins the most stars in the universe, maybe they got to get something at some point. But,
we got to mix the names up maybe next time. Mix it up a bit. It's like when you're doing bingo, you gotta shake the bag a little bit, but
the digital bag. All right, so VV Twitter quickly. The locomotive dropped on yesterday. We did not go for it. I don't think you went for it either, Rob.
Nope, didn't go for it. I mean, I do respect it as a collectible. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
it is a very cool collectible, but yeah, no, I didn't go for it.
I was saying that they've been leveling up the Back to the Future every single time that they came out with a drop, right? So
it's true. It's true.
Looks cool. I actually haven't even seen it in AR, like moving around it or anything like that. But I like that it floats. I really like that the fire shoots out of it.
Yeah, it's great.
Then VV was tweeting out a bunch of vaults, and these things are amazing. Like these guys, this was on Easter. All the bunnies in the app, pretty much.
Oh yeah. I when I saw that, I loved it. Great festive showroom there.
Yeah, shout out to Roy for putting that up. We're having the first appearance of Namor tomorrow. 7,500 mints on that drop at $6.99, so could be worth something. I know that it's a decent comic in real life, and I'm sure that a lot of people will be going for that one.
Yeah.
Here's a great picture from our friend Hinano. It makes me jealous every time I see any pictures he posts in AR.
Oh wow.
From the Big Island in Hawaii, and VV even retweeted it this time, so they appreciate it just as much.
Man, AR, it looks so much better in Hawaii.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
It's cheating. They should ask him to do all their promotional AR pictures.
Seriously, it's picturesque enough.
Yeah. This is the other comic that we're getting this week. It is first appearance of Havoc. It is Uncanny X-Men number 58, and that's coming Thursday. Probably going to be another 7,500 or 5,000 mint run, right? I would expect.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I think they're going to probably go with lower mint runs and continuously drop them as the months go by. Mm-hmm. Still waiting for that second 1,000 mint drop. I don't know if we're ever going to get it, but I've been saying the same thing for $1 comics. Still hasn't come.
We're in the dollars now, though. I've seen a bunch of comics under $2. So, I mean, it's getting there slowly but surely.
Yep.
Despite VV's best efforts. I mean, this is cool. This is people waiting to board the train. I mean, people are having fun with this. They got the waterfall from Tarzan going on the Avengers Tower. You got Mickey with his little train station telling people that it's ready to go. So cool little movie here. If you guys didn't see it yet.
Who came up with this?
Greyhound Groot.
Greyhound Groot? Yeah, that's cool. Incredible. Look at that. The creativity, though, is just insane. And how they use these collectibles in different ways to create some kind of image or video that they want to portray, whatever message they're trying to portray. He did an amazing job with this.
Yeah, the Mickey goes really well with that train.
Yeah.
All Aboard or whatever they called it. They did a video for the comic, and they also updated the mint numbers for the posters. Feel like this is long and drawn out, this process at this
Yeah.
point. I mean, it's been a while, right?
It's been a while. So, yeah, I mean, I'm still curious to see right before the last day when the uncapping shuts down, what kind of movements we're going to see on those posters. I think we're going to see a lot of activity.
I feel like it could have all been done in a week, though. Like beginning of the week, middle of the week, let people contemplate, end of the week.
Yeah.
Because you know that people are going to sell it out or do the transformation right at the beginning, right at the end. This middle part seems like kind of redundant.
They probably didn't need that much time, but you know what? The time doesn't hurt. It's just a little bit longer time. If anything, I think it might be better for poster holders because the more time that goes on, the more likely people are going to forget about it, and that'll just leave less posters for those who did decide to convert it. So
I would think also that the platinum moments will kind of maybe take a little dip after the poster expiry date because
for sure
there's going to be people who are wanting certain posters that will have to go out and buy them, but that need will be gone once the potion utility is gone, right?
Well, it has utility. A utility should bring value. So the utility is you've got to buy one of those if you're going to convert it.
Yeah.
That brings demand to that collectible, and probably right when the uncapping stops, those will drop.
Yep.
So if you're looking for a long buy on those platinum moments, you might as well just wait.
This is our Twitter. There was a little bit of fun being poked at yours truly about the James Bond posters. Hinano, who we just spoke about, decided to come out with common and uncommon James Bond poster drops with my face on them. I did not find it very funny. I tried to tell these people to leave. We had Forza Veve telling us to go for drinks with him at the James Bond Cafe. Guys, is no longer funny. It has been proven that I am the rightful owner of a James Bond airdrop. I'm just waiting for the day that Veve acknowledges it on Twitter and sends it to me, and then we can do a big giveaway, and I will give it away to one of you guys. You can have my airdrop, and it will be legit, and I'll be whole. So it'll be amazing.
I have faith, Joe. I have faith that one day what is rightfully yours will come to you.
I hope so. I mean, make it right. But Hinano didn't stop there. He kept going. He put you in it. He got you in the mix now. Now you're in the car. And this was all because of Pro Ecomi started talking about airdrops and Dumbo dropping us in the car. It's just too much at this point.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah, it's hilarious. Amazing. Well done. Great job.
They know that I can take a joke, which is cool.
Yeah.
And we showed Veve tweet out the numbers of the posters, but we all know that they just copy and paste from Omi Daily Burn. He's been doing it almost every day.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. They definitely are doing that for sure.
Yeah, it's easy for them now. Brock had a great idea, actually. He said, hey, Mitch, MCP level 20 or whatever plus KYC gives you transfers. It allows community giveaways, community art show, onboarding new users, gift, and more. The functionality already exists. Seems like a big win for cheap. So I'm totally on board with this. I think that if you prove that you're an active user, you prove that you're a real user, punishes bots and doesn't allow them to do transfers. So if they do clean up on drops, they don't have the abilities to make those transfers because they aren't very active or whatever in the market as a real user. Like you make it a reward. What do you think?
I think that the discussions fell off quite a bit since last year. Me and you used to talk about all the time how MCP could save Veve with the bot problem, and it would be a way to bring back transfers because obviously these botters, they expose the real users by having a whole bunch of accounts that have no collectibles in them. Mm-hmm. They're just incredibly fast at being able to just in nanoseconds just go and buy that collectible on drop, and your finger will not be able to beat that. But then they can't transfer it, so it ends up being wasted money. At least if your master collector benefit is to transfer, you know that even if it's not bulletproof, botters can still find a way to become a master collector, but they're going to have to spend quite a bit and maybe won't be as profitable. So at least real users will be able to do transfers. Probably what you'll get out of that though is you will start seeing some kind of economy come from that, because you're going to have people wanting to get collectibles moved around. Can you buy this for me? I'll give you the money, then transfer to this account. You might start seeing things like that. But it's a pretty cool benefit, I think, that will help incentivize people to actually want to collect. It's another piece of utility, the MCP program. It's a pretty big benefit, if you ask me.
I think if you have the MCP, like you said, it's a benefit. But the thing that really grinds my gears on this is that this is not the only platform in existence with NFTs that is even contemplating transfers. Like we have other projects out there that allow trades, that allow transfers, that allow moving things off the chain or like into your wallet. Like there's this utility and these types of functions that already exist elsewhere. So I mean, it's getting harder and harder to start believing some of the excuses for why we don't have some of these functionalities.
Well, don't forget that if you look at a normal wallet, let's say you're Web3, you know, you have your crypto wallet, or you have a wallet that contains NFTs, and you do want to transfer them to another wallet, especially with Matic, you do pay a cheap fee to do that transfer. It's not free, but it's so cheap it almost is free. We're talking about pennies here. And maybe Veve has to implement something like that, even though I think it's a little bit unfair to have a fee to transfer to your friend, but maybe a small fee would be reasonable. Because is it really reasonable to have to expect people to take their NFTs and always have to use the marketplace to do sales to their friends and family? Like that's just that kind of ruins the fun and social aspect of the app. The transfers helps make it fun. Like maybe you want to get somebody into Veve. Let me transfer you a collectible. Maybe it's someone's birthday. Let me transfer you a collectible. It's just a pain now.
I think they've definitely underestimated how much this has affected onboarding. Giveaways is a big deal. Like you have a huge amount of creators pushing the product and you're not allowing giveaways. I mean, it's just not, it's like you said, giving something to somebody as a gift. Like we cannot do it with the way it is because, and I firmly believe that they want to capitalize on all possible fees and look good to their licensors and do all this stuff. But I mean, at what cost? At what cost are you doing? There's got to be a limit where, and we're going to get into it in this video. Like this is the whole topic of the video. What cost is this not allowing these functionalities having on the project? So we're right there. We're at the end of our thing. Did you want to bring something up, or should I start getting into it?
No, get into it. Go ahead. You can start it off.
Okay, so I mean, the title of the video: the bear market is over, but not for Veve, and it's just becoming more and more clear. And today and yesterday, we did a video on So Rare. I mean, I know a lot of you guys don't really like the platform yet, maybe not familiar, maybe not sports fans, but the reason that me and Rob are covering it is because we really, really like the product. Like the product is smooth. Today, I don't even know if you knew, Rob, but I downloaded the app for So Rare. And
no, I didn't even know there was
absolutely the cleanest app I've ever seen. Like
I gotta get it. I gotta get it.
So smooth, like everything works. Search everything. Like it's actually like spoiled. Like you're spoiled because you're so used to something else, right? So yeah. I mean, it just proves that like that proof of concept that you can do certain things with it. You can connect your wallet. You can do everything that you've wanted on Veve is on that app. So we keep pushing it because it just shows that it's possible and that there's like we don't have to believe that things aren't possible. It's so hard to do certain things when we're seeing it elsewhere. We're seeing celebrities endorsing it. We're seeing all these types of things that we want here.
The players.
And the excuses are, we're in a bear market. We can't do that. We're in a bear market. We can't pump this. It's a waste of money. It's a bear market. We can't market. We're not in a bear market anymore. And I think a couple of things that we're going to show here are proving that Veve kind of stands alone right now on the direction that they've been moving. So yeah, let's start it off with the biggest macro.
Yeah, I want like the data is key here because it's a bold statement, right? We're talking about the bear market and maybe you know we're actually just starting to see some form of recovery, and the data I think supports that. And Joe, let's present it.
Yeah, so here is the first macro, and this is Bitcoin. Maybe I can do it this way. Maybe this is better. Yeah, so that's Bitcoin, and you can see
Canadian dollars.
Whatever. It's the trend. Look at this. Look at the 6 months. This is 6 months. This is not 1 month. This is not a couple weeks. This is 6 months. This is a half a year.
Yeah.
Half a year. Look at that trend. That is up.
What is it? 30K USD, right? Just for some perspective.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. So, I mean, that's the trend of Bitcoin. So you can't say Bitcoin's down now. That's why Veve's down. You can't say it.
Yeah, and I mean, Bitcoin did come down quite a bit from its all-time high. I think it was like 60K or something like that at one point. So it's still quite down. But with a bear market, you don't really start seeing this slow, gradual growth now. Like that's over what period of time there, Joe? You have
6 months.
Over 6 months, right? So your 6 month price appreciation, you're starting to see that little step up in that upward trend over the last 6 months. We know rates have like relatively stabilized, so we don't know what's going to happen with that. But we're starting to see in the crypto market a piece of evidence here. And Bitcoin, they say Bitcoin leads first and the rest follow. Yeah. So if that is true, Bitcoin is currently leading over the last 6 months, and the others are going to catch up. What else you got?
if you look at the banks and the uncertainty with the banks, I mean, Bitcoin has obviously benefited from that as well. You would think other cryptos and other ways of investing your money would also benefit. And you would think that Veve would be one of those alternative investments, but we will see where we are with that right now. But this is the S&P. So this is the more conservative investment. And even the S&P last 6 months, green.
Yeah.
We're green in the last 6 months on the S&P.
Yeah, what does that say there? 16, 10? I can't read it from this.
Sorry, where are you looking at?
Right there under the 409. What's the percentage increase over the last 6 months? I think it's
14 and a half.
14 and a half, yeah. And we're seeing that too with this traditional investments, right? Like we're entering, I think, that recovery phase. Now, anything could happen right now. Financial advice, we can go backwards in the next 6 month period, but for any kind of recovery to happen, fundamentally, it starts with price. Yeah. So 6 months is, I think, a really good period. And, between 3 months and 6 months as an early indicator of maybe a long-term trend that might start. We always talk about the trends. We used to do trends all the time. People used to see little bump up in prices. If you remember, with some bull traps back last year with Veve, and it was counteractive to a trend, which was that it bumped up, but the trend was on its way down. So we obviously then at that point guessed that it will continue to go down. In this case here, we're starting to see a real meaningful trend towards the up. So we see it in Bitcoin, and now we see it in traditional investments. But how about the NFT market?
So let's look at the token that runs it all. I mean, obviously, a little bit of an unfair comparison because the utility is still not on the token. But at the same time, people have shown through Bitcoin, through the S&P, that they're willing to start to invest their money again. One thing they are not investing their money in is OMI. It's not happening across the board. People's even the potential of the token, with all of the rules out about the OUP and everything that will come, that is not enough to bring people into the project, to convince people to buy in, even though people are looking to invest their money over the last 6 months. We've seen it in the last couple of charts. And this is our chart for OMI in the last.
But how about the other NFTs? What else do we got there? What about the other NFT projects?
So another measurable would be social interaction. So what did we do yesterday? We had a great long video about So Rare. They say, you know what? Let's look up So Rare. Like, how's their health on Twitter? How are they doing? Are they bringing in people? This is just one metric. There's many other metrics you can do to check this stuff out, but this is just something so we can give a comparison amongst a bunch of different platforms that you might be familiar with. So Rare has a bunch. The first one, their main Twitter, is where they first started out. It's with the European football. And as you can see over the last couple weeks, they're averaging about 110 new followers. And over the last 30 days, they're about 3,300 followers. And this is just the football leg of So Rare. They also have So Rare MLB, which is the one that Rob and I are participating in. And over the last 30 days, there are about 900 new followers, and green every single day, averaging about 30 per day, it says.
Yeah.
I don't know how accurate these are, but it seems like they're pretty close. And you'll see why we believe that. HRO is very much in the shadows of Veve when it comes to content and all of that stuff, but they're averaging a green number, not very green, so they're pretty much even, but about 30 new, so one per day, new follow. So they're kind of.
Well, I mean, the other way to look at it is that they're not shrinking, right? Yeah. They're not shrinking. I think that's still a win. If you believe you're going to be in a bear market, your best case scenario is just to not shrink.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. They're hanging in there. That's a great one. And they're in like season 3. Like, they're moving along. They're doing things. They gave back to the community. I know they've given some physical uncut sheets. There's other things that they've done. They have a leaderboard. They have interoperability. So I think that's part of why they haven't shrunk too much. Actually, they haven't shrunk at all.
Okay.
Then this is Palm, I believe. Yeah, DC NFT, and they are growing nicely. They're about 400 new followers per 30 days. So they're growing. Right?
Yeah.
They're growing with the times. So another one, I wanted to go back to Immudascan. Now, Omi Daily Burn did a video the other day, and he showed this off, and he said Gods Unchained is the #1 Immudascan collection, and Veve would have been at number 2, I think he said.
Yeah.
And I think the reason it's not there is because of something to do with the gems, and we can see even HRO at number 10 here. But I think Veve would be somewhere in the 2 or 3 range, because the way that it's calculated, they can't do that due to the way that their app is. But anyway, Gods Unchained is a little bit higher than Veve on this list. So we said, let's look at Gods Unchained Twitter. and they're growing.
Some card trading game. We looked it up before. We have no involvement in it, but
Yeah. They're growing. 760 new users. So these are all projects in the space. They're all growing. We have a YouTube channel here, Superstar Money _. You might have heard of them. Very, very slowly, because 90% of our content is Veve, but still growing over the last 30 days.
Yeah.
So it's possible to grow on Twitter. You know what I mean? So now this is where it becomes a little bit of who's not performing, who is not taking care of the community, who is not communicating, and who is not putting out the information that people want to hear. And it's kind of weird that it's the two platforms that have the biggest IP that are not satisfying their user bases. Let's start with Recur, who has Nickelodeon. I believe they have a couple other ones that people were interested in, but they are getting absolutely destroyed, and they are down 660 over the last 30 days. They haven't really done much. Like I haven't heard the name.
I've heard nothing from Recur. Like I've heard absolutely nothing. I don't even know if I've heard of new licenses. Maybe anyone watching this video, if you are involved in Recur, you can let us know below in the comments what Recur has. What have they done over the last 3 months that you would say would be impressive enough to kind of draw in attention and bring in new people? Just let us know below. But the data is showing that they're shrinking, and they're shrinking by not a very good amount, hundreds of users. They're at 30 days.
660 over the last 30. And obviously the one that we're all invested in and hopeful for, we have Veve, who is on a trajectory that they do not want to be on. Obviously the biggest platform of them all. I mean, they have the most IP, the biggest IP, but they are down 1,200 users in the last 30 days on Twitter.
Yeah,
with 1,200 followers. So that's the metric that we kind of compared it with. I know that, Rob, you had a great point about how the higher they rise, the
harder they fall. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And I really wanted you to go through all the data first before interjecting there, just because it all kind of comes to one point, which is that Veve has literally the best IP. It drew all of us in. It's the platform that we love and that we use the most. And we believe that with the premium IP, it should do extremely well. But we find that it is probably the one out of all the things that we just presented that it's doing the worst in terms of it's not growing, it's actually shrinking. And that's strange considering, in summary, right, that we see that the crypto market, we have the Bitcoin, and then you have the S&P 500, and then you look at the Twitter accounts of some of their competitors, and even Superstar Money, just because we have these hats, we're even growing somehow. I know our hats are great, I know, but still, even we find a way to grow somehow. And Veve, they're coming out with drops all the time. They are extremely fresh in that sense. They have new drops, and they're still shrinking. So the question is, why is this the case? I think to start, they probably got too big too fast. And I personally feel, I can't really prove it, but we don't actually know how much of the pump was fueled by that gem scandal. We know the gem scandal happened. We know that like 4 days before it got shut down, it was a massive spike in gems. But something tells me that probably the last 4 days it got shut down, they knew they were going to get caught, so they started milking it. It's probably been around for a very long time, and these gems were fueling the market. And on top of that, you had the off-market gems. People were buying gems at half price, and that fueled the market even more. With fueling and price appreciation, you get excitement, you get hype, and then you get the new users, and the new users start coming in. So we probably have an inflated amount of new users coming into this platform compared to others, which made them unreasonably large, which now has led to them losing followers much faster than everybody else. However, with that being said, on the flip side, you have a massive advantage that you got all the new users. That means you have an opportunity to keep them. The other platforms never even got a chance to get the new users. They didn't get the same hype cycle that Veve got. But you have these people now interested in your platform. You have these people who witnessed the price appreciation on your platform. You have the IP that's arguably the best compared to any other platform. You really should be able to maintain your users as much as anybody else. The problem with Veve is their execution at this point. The best execution they've ever done was they created an app and they got Disney IP and Marvel IP. This is the greatest execution they've ever done. They've been able to find ways to then take that and use AR, which is another really great thing. But something happened, and all the other things that they wanted to promise that came with their growth, they just haven't been able to deliver on it. And because of that, I think that the community is starting to fight back now. They're getting very unhappy with they're kind of getting fed up with the missed promises. They're getting fed up that the lack of things that brought them in the first place are not being delivered on. I mean, we can go back to the whole thing with the early OMI investors with buybacks, all this stuff. And Veve's done what they can and ecomi's done what they can to find replacements to that. But people have been attracted to the project for some reason, and those reasons have either been taken away or they have not been delivered on. And I think this is the year where, now that we're seeing recovery into the market, we kept talking about it. Just because it's a bear market doesn't mean you can't deliver, so that you're ready for the next pump. Their window to deliver on some of these things may be now narrowing. So they really got to make sure that over the next quarter coming up, this VVverse needs to get out. It's going to be a big part of their puzzle. It's also going to be a big part of the OMI tokens utility, which still is non-existent after all these years from these early OMI investors. Until that happens, I don't think the OMI token can recover. I think that even you saw Bitcoin's pumping, they absolutely need some more utility for the OMI token so that it can do well. Not to mention, Joe, like you mentioned earlier in the video, transfer has been taken away. So we even have a reduction in our ability to do giveaways and to do fan interaction, VV fan interaction. There's a loss of the social communication within the community because of that. So I mean, we can go on and on. What do you want to add there, Joe? I went on for a little bit there.
I just think that, like you kind of hinted at with all your points, is that retention has been something that has not been treated with respect at this point. I feel like everybody here is replaceable, and as far as Veve is concerned, when they bring whatever they bring, they believe that they will bring in those new users, and I don't think that's the case. I think you have to treat those people who are here right now with the utmost respect, because they found you, they have the interest in this type of technology. They're the ones that built you up to where you are, and if you discount the way that they brought you to where you are, it's going to bite you real bad. I mean, these are the people you want preaching for you, that we've been here for 2 years. You don't want to get rid of people who've been here for 2 years. You want people, when new people are coming in, be like, yeah, I've been there for 2 years. They had their problems, but they work at it. They're hard. If you have no cheerleaders left, what do you have? You just have a brand, like you just have some new stuff coming in and nobody understands it. And like, you're losing YouTubers, you're losing people who actually have spent time working for you for free. A lot of them for free. A lot for very little money, and they're doing it because they believed in the project. But now spitting in their face by saying, like, not saying it, but like by not doing anything about retaining users and not coming out and showing people that you want it done. I mean, I get that there's new regimen and then there's new ways of going about bringing things to the platform. I know that you have your new way and your new people, and you just keep dumping the buck. But like, what happens if Mitch fails? Then what? You go to the next guy. Like, how does that work? What is the retention here? What is is it airdrops? Because it's not working sometimes either. What keeps people here for collecting? MCP is supposed to be the golden goose, right? I mean, I don't know. Is like, how many people are going to be left to be able to experience the MCP for all of their hard work and collecting?
Yeah, and the concern has always been that Veve has the best IP, but what happens in this new space when competition starts catching up? Mm-hmm. I think the thing that we saw with SoRare, which is SoRare MLB came out only last year, but maybe the smoothness that you see is that it's just backed by the MLB, right? It's just backed by the players. It's backed by the league. And I don't know if Veve necessarily is getting the same support as SoRare from their licensors, which is even more of a reason why Veve needs to prioritize finding a way to deliver on these things. And I'm hoping that they mentioned, David and Dan went and found some extra support on the dev side. Maybe that will help them push this app to the next level, get it to where it needs to be. Maybe the VVverse comes out, runs really smooth. It's just we do videos every day, and we have a lot of trouble finding things to say we can finally cross that off the list. Yeah. In fact, we find more reasons to say cross it, take it off the list because it got taken away. That the functionality was there and then it's gone. Sometimes their fault, sometimes it's not their fault. So Veve is a great platform, but they really need to just remember that their competitors are in the rearview mirror, and I think many of them are really starting to catch up.
That's a great point. And I mean, and you're right. We keep crossing things off. And the other thing that was a really big red flag, and I know a lot of people have differing opinions on this, but Disney closing down their metaverse division to me is saying like this Veve stuff, it's its own thing. Like let it be what it is. It's not convincing us that we need to keep putting money into this and whatever. To me, they're not believing in what they're seeing over here. That's what it tells me.
They probably think it's too early too.
Yeah.
I mean, the Disney, for them to close it, they probably think maybe this is a little bit too early. Let's prioritize on what's really current right now, because probably what's going to happen is you need someone like Disney needs companies like Apple to really lead the way on that metaverse front to provide the common man with the technology and affordable cost to be able to experience things. Then Disney comes in and gives that experience based on their technology. And maybe that has something to do with it because we know the technology is not quite there right now. Apple glasses are delayed indefinitely, and there's really no good quality competitor to say some kind of convenient glasses you can put on and live in that metaverse, that metaverse space. I've always said this for a while now. This is going to take years. It's not going to take months, but that doesn't mean that Veve can't still care about customer retention, which based on the numbers, that's just not happening right now. And honestly, I don't know if they care. I actually don't think the team cares. I think that they probably say, oh, well, we're doing the best we can, and eventually it's all going to come out, and you guys will have to just sit and wait. That's probably the attitude they have right now. It's just not a good attitude to have. I think that recently going to get more devs, finally maybe the pressure from all the community got to them and said, okay, let's go and get some extra support, and let's see if we can deliver this. And we'll go from there. So we'll see what happens. I'm still hopeful. Remember, I am hopeful for the Veveverse. Everybody laughs. The Fudders think we're joking. The Moon Boy says, yeah, it's coming. But I remain hopeful that it's going to come because I've seen it. Cavernous has already shown it. We know it's possible. What's the holdup? And they have to hit the mid-deadline in April because, and again, they say no deadline, but they got to hit it because they got to give the community something. It's been too long now.
Yeah.
So, guys, let us know below your thoughts. Like, what do you think is going on? Do you believe that the bear market is over? There's a lot of metrics to say what is a bear market. We're just using fundamentally price appreciation. We notice over the last 6 months, we see a raise in prices. Do you agree that the bear market may be over, or the better word is recovering within the crypto and NFT space, and at least has stabilized? And are you concerned that Veve is losing, 1,000 of Twitter people followers over the last 30 days? Are you concerned about that? Do you agree with what we said in today's video, or do you disagree? We want to hear from you. Let us know below. And guys, if you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the Superstar fam, hit the bell notification button to get every single video every single day. Also, Superstar VIPs, $2.99 a month. Get the Superstar in the Universe giveaway once a month. Superstar Turtle's going to give it to his kid. So maybe you're going to do the same thing. Get the star beside your name, get access to our spreadsheets, access to our buys and sells. Guys, thank you all so much. We appreciate you. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Love you.